Hey everyone, what's going on? Today we are at Viridian Rise, except we are not doing a normal Viridian Rise run. We are heading down into the canyon between the Viridian Rise levels, and we are doing the Viridian Route. This is very different. It is a PK-oriented area. You don't have to be PK to go in, but in order to get the rewards, you do have to be a player killer. I like using this statue on the right. It takes you directly to the area I like to farm, so you just use the statue. If you use one of the other statues, it can take you into some of these other areas within the dungeon. So this is like a little bit more confined and maybe better if you're a melee character. You could hunt through the walls here, but you can run through this area and then there's another statue into the area that we like to farm, which is this larger open section, which actually looks like the root. You can kind of see the roots of the Daru tree above us. And now in here, we're going to hunt corrupted creatures, and they have a chance to drop corrupted amber shards. Very similar to above, we're trying to get 100 corrupted amber to turn in for a reward. However, down here, they are much more scarce. I'm guessing Turbine's intent with this area was that, different people would be farming different areas and then killing each other to get corrupted amber off of each other and not just the monsters. So these do drop on death. They're attuned drop on death. So if you have these on you and you die, they're going to be on your corpse. If you're not used to dropping a corpse, that can be a little weird. The reason I'm farming this now is because for Paragon weapons, there are 2 levels that require corrupted amber shards. There's one that requires 100 of them and one level that requires 200 of them. This is one of the more annoying things to farm for Paragon, but it is doable. The way that I like to do this is I go to this area. You definitely want to kill corrupted creatures when you can, but there are monsters down here that are the regular Viridian Rise creatures. So you're going to hunt for Viridian essences. I like to get maybe 15 of them. Once I have that many, then I run through, and there's another way to get corrupted amber besides killing the monsters, which is to find a corrupted amber crystal, which randomly spawns on the ground. So I will get a bunch of Viridian essences by hunting in here, and then run through, see if there are any corrupted amber crystals. If there aren't, I run back to this area. I'll jump up onto one of the roots to avoid the monsters, and then I will log out or fight the monsters from there. It's a pretty effective way that I've found. I haven't really found anything better, I should say, because there's no, when you're doing Viridian Rise, you get bonus amber for going up a level or finding a rare boss. And there's none of that down here. It's such a grind. You only get it from hunting monsters. Some of them don't drop any. Some of them drop 1. You saw that. Corrupted Gromny dropped 2. Like, that's the most that can drop off a monster. The corrupted amber crystals that you can find on the ground can give you anywhere from 1 to 5 corrupted amber. The most of those crystals I've seen in this dungeon at a time are like 3. Now, I am doing this on my archer. There are some things in this dungeon that do favor melees. There's a lot of doors. There's a lot of places where you could fight through the wall if you wanted to. Now, obviously, you could do this dungeon with any character. It's not that difficult. It's the same difficulty as Viridian Rise. Now, you're just restricted in your movement because you're a player killer, so you can't, jump heal. You can't do some of the stuff that maybe you're used to doing. I will be the first person to admit that I'm not a good PK player. So we're going to run through now, and there is a corrupted amber crystal that I was talking about. They can spawn in weird spots. Like here, it's kind of in this sarcophagus area, and then I almost get stuck. You have to be careful about that, but I will just simply run through, grab the corrupted amber that I can find, run back to the start, hop up on one of the roots, and either log out or, fight whatever follows me. Now, you see the portal in the corner there? If you go in that, it's going to take you back outside, and it's also going to take all of your Viridian essences. If you go through one of those statues that I showed you in the beginning, like to get from one section of the dungeon to another, it's going to take all your Viridian essences. So that's another reason why I like to hunt in this one. It's a bigger area. There's different sections that you can run through, so there's a better chance of getting those corrupted amber crystals to spawn. There's more monsters to fight. Now, another thing to note about this area that you may notice from my VSense is that blossoming night blooms currently spawn in this dungeon. I don't know if that's correct to retail or not, but on the emulator they do. And this is a great way to farm those. So this character, if you watched my build guide for this character, has cooking. So, you know, whenever I have excess Viridian essences, because maybe corrupted amber crystals haven't spawned in a while, I'll run through and I'll pick up the night blooms too, because it's a nice little bonus. If you die while you're hunting down here, which it's definitely happened to me a few times. It's very easy to die down here, especially just randomly running through. You have to, dispel quite a bit. But if you die down here, you're going to lose all your Viridian essences as well when you try to come back in. So whenever I get an unfavorable favorable spawn, like now I don't really like hunting these wasps down here, I'll just log out. Come back in 5 minutes after the dungeon is reset. And this also gives those corrupted amber another chance to spawn, which is nice. For the Guardian Wisps, I use Slash. The fully upgraded Sing Bow does really good against them. Everything else is pretty standard to Viridian Rise. Acid for like Gromnies and Nexshay. Actually, Acid for most things. The Golems can spawn down here. Those are fire. If you haven't watched my Viridian Rise video, I definitely recommend it. I wouldn't come down here first, unless you really are into PK and want to get the rewards, which are pretty good, and I'll go into that at the end of the video. Once you have 100 corrupted amber shards and you want to turn them in for the rewards for this dungeon and not for Paragon, you're going to run through this section. So this is where the rewards will be. We're going to head straight to the end. And at the end, there is a like Belzarin looking statue. I believe it's called a corrupted statue. If I don't get stuck on the door here. We got a corrupted amber crystal on the way, so that's nice. Grab that. Yeah, corrupted statue is what we're going to. The nice thing about these is while they're not givable, you could just have your character die and have your other character loot them, so they kind of are givable. But you just use the corrupted statue, and you'll get teleported here, this small little section where Vermurger hangs out. There's some other Belzarin-looking statues around here. But we'll just talk to Vermurger, and he'll say he requires 100 corrupted amber. I think if you're not PK, he'll give you a different message. I don't have enough to turn in, but... So the possible rewards that Vermurger, I don't know how to say words, can give you are all PK related, which is pretty cool. You can get corrupted amber, and it's either corrupted heart or corrupted soul. Corrupted heart will give you 1 PK damage rating, so increases your PK damage by theoretically 1%. Or the corrupted soul is PK damage resistance, so damage reduction rating, but only for PK. So there's 1 of these corrupted amber for each armor slot, and then there's a weapon corrupted soul and a weapon corrupted heart. You can also get some of the items that you can get from regular Viridian Rise, such as Gem of Verdant Force, Empowered Amber, just the life versions, and the Void Corrupted Heartwood Wand. I don't know how accurate this is on the emulator with getting these. I know I've gotten the Corrupted Heartwood Wand from the regular Viridian Rise. I don't know if that's correct or not, but you can get it there anyway, so... That's going to be it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want early access to these videos, you can become a channel member. There's a link down in the description. It does help support the channel. That's going to be it for this one. Thanks for watching.